Namaskar, I'm Ashok Vyas, and weeks are passing by. We are moving towards a new world. We are trying to figure out a new norm with the help of Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh in this show this week. And I take the opportunity of welcoming Dr. Sahib. Namaste. Welcome.
Namaskar, namaskar.
So, a lot is happening, and when we look at the way things are unfolding in New York and New Jersey area, how do you see overall? Are we moving in the right direction? Are we likely to see back uh, community getting into action?
Yes, I think we are in New York, New Jersey, in tri-state area, everything is moving in right direction because number of new infections are much less, number of hospital admissions are less, and number of deaths are less. Is less than 100 now per day as compared to what we used to have one time couple of weeks ago, about 3 to 4,000 per day. So that shows that we are moving in the right direction. Uh, Last week, both in New York and New Jersey, the beaches are open, parks are open, golf courses are open. And now, this week, Governor Cuomo has opened up part of the upstate New York. Elective surgery has been started in a certain part of the New York, like Westchester, Suffolk County. This week, they're going to start in Nassau County and upstate New York. That shows that we are slowly inching towards a normal life and normal economic activities.
Talking about economy and activities, the stimulus package announced by President Trump, and then as we talked earlier, also states have certain different expectations from the federal government. So overall, how do you see this is likely to play out in terms of conditions in New York and New Jersey in
Well, I think it will play out very nicely because so far what people are got this individual stimulus, all the small businesses, they all are happy because that make them survive next 2 months. And also government, I'm sure with this second bill which is pending in the Senate right now, they will work out some kind of compromise, and at the end of the day, state will also get some fund related to their expenses towards the COVID crisis.
I know talking about the importance of proper information at the right time with respect to coronavirus precautions. Do you feel that enough has been conveyed, or you think there is a need of sustained awareness campaign with respect to the precautions that one should observe in order to avoid coronavirus propagation?
Well, New York State, New York City, and New Jersey State, everyone is running aid in all the news media, all the TV stations, all the newspaper, and keep reminding uh, public at large how to behave when they go out of their homes. And it's very simple. This virus is not in the air. This virus is only transmitted mainly by uh, droplets, which is a respiratory transmission, and touching the surfaces which might have some viruses or somebody's droplet is there, and that's how it transmits. So make it very simple. It's nothing to be too complicated. Always wear the mask when you go out to protect yourself and protect other person. Stay in the 6 feet distance. So even though if you come in contact with the person who might be infectious, uh, but that droplet doesn't travel more than that distance. Third thing is always and keep washing your hands as many times as you can with the soap and water, and that's the best precaution one can get. There is nothing complicated. It's not in the air, so you're going to catch by walking outdoor or by going outdoor. As long as you keep a social distance, particularly from the unknown people, and particularly when you go in the crowd, then I think risk of catching COVID infection is very, very small.
Okay, so going by what you are saying, I'm thinking loudly. If you are going for a walk in a park where you are all by yourself, then wearing mask is not necessary, or still one should wear mask.
No, it is. It is. I mean, if you're by yourself and there's nobody around you in the 6-7 feet distance, then there's no need to wear mask. But if the other people are also walking in that park, then it's always good to wear mask, because by wearing mask is not big thing. Because not only, I mean, if someone comes by accident very close to you, and so you are protected. So that's a small simple thing to do, and keep washing the hands. The whole idea is, we all think that we all are having a good personal hygiene, but you will be surprised at how many people are not even washing their hands enough, So that's washing hands will be very important. And the third thing is, what do you call, wash and keep the social distance and wear the mask. It's a very simple thing. There's no complication. Even if you don't have even drug, or even, I mean, of course, we want some drug to be there so people can feel more comfortable, because then they know that if they get it, then there is a way to treat it. And vaccine is also good, but all those things are far away right now. It's so right now, if you do these three things, the risk of catching the virus is very, very small.
And in terms of what you are hearing about potentially getting the vaccine for this, in this context, I may bring to your attention, you might be aware that they are noticing new cases in China, and the symptoms are slightly different. So probably there is something different happening.
No, it's nothing different happening, because the virus can affect multi organs. So sometimes you may see mainly you see the respiratory problem, but the infection you cannot catch other than through the nose and throat, and through the eyes. So it means infection you only get from the facial route. So if but the symptom could be different. I mean, there are people who can get, because in this virus they get thrombosis in their vein, and some may get even stroke, or some small kids, they get a lot of rash and other organ involved. But that doesn't mean. But what I'm saying is, by going out, or by going to work and do the activities, you have to only follow those three main principle. And if you do that, then risk of the infection is less. And as you know, when you open up, more people are outdoor, and out of probably large amount, I mean, most of the people will follow the mask and distance and everything, but there are 25-30% of people will not. That's a human nature. And they will, so incidence of the new infection will be there. And that is given. That 10-15% of the infection, you will see the rise of the infection. But nothing you can do, provided each and everyone stick to their responsibility.
So sticking to one's responsibility is important, and in that context, when this lockdown period started, we heard that we should pay respect to nature, and people were also talking that we don't need all that which we have accumulated. Life should be simple. But as we move towards the other side, when things again start appearing as normal, do you think people are likely to retain some of the lessons learned during isolation?
Probably, I mean, the philosophical lesson, no, but practical lesson, yes. So, I mean, what I mean is that, of course, when you are isolation, where it means indirectly you are in meditation. So when you are meditation, always you think best in the life. That life has to be simple. You should not you always behave nicely with everyone. Never say a bad thing to everyone. Do certain things and don't do certain things. But in the life, it does not work that way, as we all know. So try to be whatever you thought during meditation or lockdown period, try to implement that. But how much you can implement is all depends upon individual, their will of the implementation. Otherwise, they all will go back to what they were before March.
Very well said, Dr. I appreciate that. And if we look with the same idea towards nations and going towards India, looking at the way Indian neighboring countries, especially Nepal, has now come up with a new map where some territory of India is shown as a part of Nepal, about which our chief of army staff has said that probably it is at the behest of some other forces, which indirectly he's suggesting China. Now, talking about nations in the context of learning lessons from coronavirus crisis, how do you see the global equation?
Well, global equation, I'm afraid that is going to back to what it was before February. It means same thing. People try to grab your land. People will try to grab your business. People will try to do this, that. Unfortunate part of the human life. So that doesn't change. Only thing will change is in larger picture. Probably WHO, World Health Organization, will reform. People will reform. Uh, Again, if there is a strong leadership of USA or European countries, then they can reform and they can have more exchange of the ideas, more exchange of the knowledge, more exchange of the vaccine, more exchange of the treatment, which is will be available in future. So that's probably will be changed. But as you say that Nepal is claiming this and China is claiming that, is going to be there, because unfortunately we did a mistake in the past that we never delineated our border properly, and if you keep it a loose border, this bound to happen.
Pragmatic ideas from Dr. Sudhir Parikh, looking at USA's position in the changing world scenario, and you might have also come across many WhatsApp messages which are not authentic, but they were kind of declaring that due to coronavirus, America is likely to lose its strong position as international power, global power, or in that realm of things.
I'm I'm afraid that I don't agree with that, because see, at the end of the day, whoever has gold rules the world, and the America has all rights to print unlimited amount of money, and the world is buying all big commodity like oil and trade, other goods are done in the dollar. So as long as that one is continued, America's dominance will be there. Number one. Number two, America is a home of all the invention, most of the invention in the scientific or in technology and all those things. And therefore, again, America's indirect dominance will continue. So I'm not worried about China's dominance or any other country's dominance. Probably post-COVID, even though America suffered a lot in COVID crisis, I think if America's dominance eventually you will see in next 2 to 3 years again back to number one, because of sheer amount of size of the economy. Number two, because of the source of invention and new ideas. And third thing is their ability to print unlimited amount of currency.
So, Dr. Sahab, as we move to the concluding part of today's conversation, question related to the situation with respect to claim for second term as president by President Trump, based on the way he has handled coronavirus crisis. How do you see it has improved his chances, or it has taken him towards the other direction?
I think he did not handle a crisis that well. So, the whole election becomes kind of 50-50 now. It means that he has no guarantee that he will win second term. But unfortunately, the Democratic presidential nominee has also a lot of shortcoming, like forgetfulness, communication skill, and age of the person. All this together, and plus Democratic Party is so diverse. So because Bernie Sanders did not win the nomination, the young people may stay home. And if they do that, then I think Trump can win. But right now it's a 50-50. Anyone's win. Anyone can win. And because Trump did not handle crisis well, he should have acted early enough in February, with the lockdown, and he should have curtailed the infection early enough. And but again, he kind of pumped a lot of money, stimulus money, to the economy. And right now, Fed is also buying high security corporate treasuries and all those things, indirectly supporting stock market. And that's why all the businesses are doing good, and that helps the economy. And if that works, then I would not surprise that if Trump wins. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Actually, you gave a very nice analysis from both sides. I appreciate that. And as we say goodbye from today's show, your final words for our viewers.
Well, dear friends, coronavirus crisis pandemic is kind of winding down. Luckily, we all did our best to defend ourselves against this pandemic. Now, only thing we have to remember that when you go out, when you go in the world, start your business activities or social activities, make sure that you wear masks, keep your personal hygiene more aggressively, and keep the distance, and nothing to worry about. You will be winner. Thank you. God bless America. Jai Hind. God bless India. And goodbye. See you next week.